up on us that we out in the field right now.
You look like something stank. But at the end of the day,
Talking salary cap.
yeah, you understand? They can make you good instantly.
You couldn't make it from 10, dog.
Hey, say less, bro. We on our way. Welcome into Command Center, presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Commanders family, you can see our coordinators are officially in the building. A lot of work to do this offseason with free agency and the NFL draft on the horizon. We have plenty more coordinator talk to get into with exclusive interviews coming your way next week. But for now, let's focus on how the staff is coming together. Now, let's take a look at some of the big names out in D.C. This list includes some notable coaches and a few Super Bowl rings. On the offensive side of the ball, we have some notable names from our NFC East foes, including new assistant head coach Brian Johnson and offensive line coach Bobby Johnson. And on the defensive side, we have some former NFL studs that will act as assistants for Washington in William Gay and Ryan Kerrigan, as well as some former defensive coordinators. Now, this is pretty cool. 4 coaches from the previous staff, including Kerrigan and quarterback coach Tavita Pritchard, will remain in Washington. Brian Coble Jr. here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, and Logan Paulson. And fellas, we got our guys in the building. How are you feeling about the way this coaching staff is shaping out?
You know, not bad. I think one of the things that always stand out to me is just some of the names in particular. I think one of the names that stand out to me is the guy we know in this division that just came from Philly, Brian Johnson. Just knowing that he has a background with young quarterbacks, knowing we probably going to potentially have a new quarterback in here, and just seeing some of the development that he had with Hurts, knowing he also was a coordinator last year. Philly fans probably saying, who cares? We didn't want him no more, so you can have him. But the thing that stands out to me is just hearing what Quinn talked about in that presser, about having guys that's capable of being under his coordinator. So maybe if the coordinator leaves, those guys can move up in those positions. You know what I mean? So that stood out to me, just knowing that he's a guy that's capable of wearing two different hats, you know?
And with Brian Johnson specifically, I think another thing that really sticks out to me is the run game, how innovative it was when he was in Philly, especially his first year in 2022 with Hurts, right? One of the hard things about running the football from the gun is how do we get different surfaces, different angles? They did an excellent job of that. So he's had exposure to that. How do you maximize a running quarterback? How do you maximize this skill set, this unusual running kind of alignment? So I think that's going to be a great add here, especially in, like you said, with a young quarterback also.
Don't forget about the Ken Norton Juniors of the world. Don't forget about all of this coaching staff. They got one thing in common. They did a lot of coaching in their life. They understand if we're going to have this youth movement with a lot of young players, we need to have some people that's grandfathered in when it comes to coaching. And like Tanner said, not only do we got their backup in the building, we got the backup to the backup in the building. So that's what you want when it comes to coaching. You want a brain trust, because that's all we're going to do is problem solve together. If you don't know the answer and you don't know the answer, maybe you know the answer. And I think that's what we got when it comes to this group.
I think, like another guy there, you mentioned Norton Simmons is a guy that has had a huge success in terms of coaching defensive backs. And, you look at Witt and what he's done in terms of coaching defensive backs. I just am really excited to kind of see that group come along. There's a lot of young, talented pieces there. So in terms of guys that have developed talent in multiple spots, Simmons is another example of a guy who can develop young people at positions of need for this team. So I think that's going to be really, really important.
And then something that we talked about earlier, you talking about Bobby Johnson, his background and just offensive line and some of the run schemes and run sets that he's coming from Buffalo all the way to New York last year, now here with us. That's one of the things that we want to see our offense do a lot more this year too, is run that ball. We have the guys. So when you have all these guys in the building, man, all you can do is hope for the best. You know what I mean? Right now, we know the track record. Now they have to come in and bring that here to us.
When you got all these teachers on campus, the kids still got to go to class, and they still gonna have to learn. So this is the exciting part about it.
And you mentioned Bobby Johnson. I think there's another guy with a huge background in gun runs, right? Like innovating this offense. Like think about Josh Allen, all he does from the gun, right? It's so hard, but to have guys with all these different experiences, and I see like a continuity, like a common thread, guys that are experienced in the spread that can maximize what Cliff Kingsbury does so well. So it's really cool to kind of see like the band, right? Everyone's got their parts kind of coming in to provide support.
And fellas, I think the coolest part of all this is that the offseason has officially started, right? The Super Bowl is over, the offseason is underway, which means free agency, which means NFL draft. So with that in mind, let's take a look at our lucky numbers. Here are your lucky numbers brought to you by Maryland Lottery Fast Play Games. Play fast, win fast today, but please play responsibly. Now, here's a look at what the Commanders have to work with this offseason, thanks to our friends over at Pro Football Focus. The Commanders sit atop the league with $73.6 million in cap space. The Titans, the Patriots, Texans, and the Colts round out the top 5. Now, I know $73 million sounds like a lot of money, and it is. However, that money is going to be used for a lot more than just bringing in free agents. Now, let's send it over to Logan Paulson to break down exactly how teams look to use this cap space.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. Like Brian said, we're talking salary cap. Now, on this show, we're going to keep it pretty high level, keep it really simple. If you want a more detailed explanation, make sure you check out the Command Center podcast that comes out on Thursday. In the meantime, all right, let's break it down, right? So the salary cap is one large lump sum of money. And what we're going to do on this show is we're going to break it up into buckets. Right now, we got rollover dead cap money, right? We've got roster depth, and we've got luxury expenses. To me, these are the same thing. These are free agency buckets, and then we've got draft. So the way I think about it is all that money we've got in free agency, all those millions of dollars, they have to go into one of each of these buckets. And that's as simple as it's going to be. Now, to spend this money, I've got these coins, these cool Commander coins. I've got people coming in to help me spend some money. You guys know them. Come on, guys. What's up? Fred, Tana.
Fred like to buy expensive cars.
Let's do it.
Likes to buy expensive cars. So before we start, I'm going to say we have about $10 million of rollover money. These coins are worth about $10 million.
All right.
The draft usually costs about $20 million. That gives us, in our little game, about $70 million to spend on roster depth and luxury free agents.
Yep.
And I know you've got some strong opinions, both of you guys, about where this money needs to go. What do you think, Fred?
All right. Me, myself, let me spread
You
the
can't
wealth.
just take the whole money.
I want to spread the wealth. Spread the wealth. There you go.
Thank you.
How you know this all I
I'm
want?
gonna put, listen, I'm gonna put all my money right here. Do you understand? I need high-end talent to match the high-end talent
Like,
that I
what
have
kind of
inside.
position do you want? What do we want?
Let's start at linebacker right there.
Linebacker.
I want to go right up the beltway, and I want to do it with Pat McQueen. I want McQueen. I think I need a middle linebacker to match the quarterback that I'm about to get on offense.
Yeah.
I want them to come on the team. I want them to be together. Let's be honest. We had 2 pass rushers leave during the league last year. I also want to get a pass rusher. There's a couple of guys you can get. Brian Burns. There's a couple of guys. Josh Allen.
That's going to be expensive, though.
It's going to be expensive. Come on. Luxury cars are expensive. Yeah. We understand that. But at the end of the day, I think if you can get some of these guys, they can make you good instantly. Yeah. You don't have to wait for them to develop.
Well, I'm not against that when it comes to spending that kind of money on the luxury cars or the luxury, expense when it comes to players wise.
Yeah.
But I don't like those 2 players. I'm not saying I don't like those 2 players, but I have 2 different players.
Yeah.
I think we can keep a guy like
You got to put your coin in,
we
man.
can keep a guy like
And
Cam
I think
Curl.
that's going to be
All right.
2 coins.
You
I
know
think
what I
that's
mean?
going to be 2 coins.
Here go you extra.
But that's what I'm saying.
Tell you the
so
truth.
2 luxury
Yeah.
players. That's about what we got, right? Because we got to re-sign the rotational linebacker, the third down back, the swing tackles. I'm gonna put my money in there because these guys are important parts of the roster, right?
Yeah, they are.
So we got to make sure we take care of these guys in order to support these guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's expensive now. It's
Big
expensive.
question. Is Cam Curl part of roster or is he part of luxury?
Dude, at this point, he's played himself into luxury. He's about a $14 million guy. That's where he's gonna go. That's gonna be an expensive deal. So
All right, I totally understand.
we got one more coin, Courtney. What you gonna do it? Yeah, get those guys.
I just feel like
No, you can't put that in there.
some of that
I just
too.
feel like-
You can't put that in there, man. That's money we can't use. We can't use
Fred
that
don't
money.
care about that. he owe you until you die.
Fellas, looks like a lot of money is going to be thrown
Yeah,
around
Fred's throwing a lot of
this
money.
offseason. Fred, I heard you're known for throwing money around, especially back in your day.
I used to be. They used to call me Snowman. They used to.
Well, Snowman, I got a question for
Yes.
you now. Big name free agents is out there, right?
Yeah.
If you could break the bank on one free agent, who you breaking the bank on? That's for all y'all, but I'm going to start with you,
You want that
Fred.
linebacker or what?
I want that linebacker.
Patrick Queen?
I think Patrick Queen, quarterback for a quarterback. Not only am I robbing the Ravens of the best duo they could be in the linebacker, I'm also going to get my quarterback, and now I got this quarterback. I think that changes everything. Look at the last 4 teams in the playoffs. Look at their linebacking crew and tell me Pat Queen wouldn't be great on this team.
I have to go with a guy named Gilmore.
Yeah, I
From
think
the
that's a great
Cowboys,
pick, man.
cornerback. Talking about veteran leadership. I
Yeah.
think that's something that we need in that secondary room.
Yeah.
The size of some of the guys they have. If we don't bring back a guy like Fuller,
Yeah.
you definitely got to go get a guy who's capable, especially a guy who's played in the defense,
Yeah.
a guy who you can count on. I mean, just years ago, this guy's one of the one of the top DBs in the league.
Defensive MVP.
And I think last year, I don't even finish with 2 picks, but he still was one of those guys. So I would bring a guy like him who knows the defense, knows Joe Witt pretty well, knows Quinn pretty well. They know him. He could come in here and make this room that much better.
Yeah. And Logan, you're the most frugal of the bunch,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are you going to do if you could break the bank on a free agent?
Well, I got to be frugal because you guys spent all the money.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
So I got to think about what's a good depth defensive end piece here for me because we need edge rusher, right?
Yeah.
So I look at Jadeveon Clowney. You could probably get him for $7.5 million.
I like that. Okay.
He's borderline, but I think he fits in a bucket like this. It doesn't have to be him, but a guy in that kind of price range that can impact you right now, make an excellent football team, kind of like what you're talking about. At a better price point, I think that's what you're looking at.
Well, fellas, should be a very, very fun NFL free agency. And just because it's the offseason does not mean the content stops. We have our flagship show, Command Center, with myself, Santana Moss, Logan Paulson, and Fred Smoot. We also have our weekly Command Center podcast with Tanner, Logan, and Fred Smoot doing deep dives into all things Commanders. And then we have the Get Loud podcast with Jason Smoot, where they do what they do best. And what's that, Fred? Getting loud. Yes, sir. New episodes for all of these shows will air weekly on the Commanders YouTube page. So why Netflix and chill when you can Commanders and chill? And speaking of chilling, Mr. Ice Cold, take it away.
It's time for Just Chill, brought to you by Steam Fitters.
Just chill. Steam Fitters. UA Local 602 provides the highest HVAC and mechanical piping services.
Don't be surprised, it's just us. Fred and Tanner back for another edition of Just Chill. Now you know what we do on this edition, man. We basically read these tweets.
We respond to the fans. All right.
You know, I'm gonna start this thing off.
Let's start.
We got a guy who sound like he been watching a lot of our shows because he sound like you a little bit.
All right, he must be a smart man.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Sidonia Ave.
All right.
He says you can accumulate more draft picks by simply trading off a couple of players on the roster, but I'm not trading back out of the number 2 pick. What you think about that?
I feel how you feel. Like you want more, but you don't want to give up anything.
I don't want to give up anything.
Like the thing about it is, I can't give up that 37th pick. I can't give up that 40th pick. But I do want new players and I do want some new things. But you got it's a give and a take right there, Tam.
So you okay with saying it's a couple of guys that we can really get rid of?
Want.
Bingo.
Yeah, most definitely. So if we have the pieces that people want, the question is then, what are you giving me for them? Because I know they're worth.
So would you rather take draft picks or you want somebody that they have that we might couldn't replace them with?
I like to take draft picks.
Yeah.
I like it's that one of them times. Let's go get our flavor of the month.
So you can kind of rock with that one,
I
right?
can rock with him. I'm with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm feeling you on that one.
All right. Now we got Hugh. Signing starting offensive lineman, starting defensive end in free agency makes us a lot more flexible in the draft. He doesn't have to be a star either. So how you feel about, we talked about the bacon.
Yeah.
How you feel about getting an offensive line and a defensive line in free agency so you don't have to worry about doing that in the draft, or maybe both?
I would say just chill on that one, but I kind of feel him. I think because if you go out there and get that veteran leadership at one of those key positions that we have in the interior, or like we talk about the trenches, then you can also still get a guy or two in the draft, but you don't necessarily have to go out there and say that's what I'm going after. So I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with getting a guy either on the defensive side, that's a leader that's from another team that knows how to win, that we can count on right now, or on the offensive side and say, okay, we still have the picks available, so why not get a replacement or a guy that may have a longer run with us after we get that guy after a year or so.
Well, here's the thing about it. Your draft picks, they might got a longer time with you, but it's no guarantees with them. The one thing about a free agency, I know if I get this guy, he's been starting for 4 or 5 years, he's a starter. And that's the thing that I think people don't understand about the draft. It's the biggest lottery you can ever have. Just because you're picking a guy at 2, a 30, a 50, don't make them guaranteed ready to start. But if I go get that offensive lineman, that anchor, and if I go get that defensive end, that rush in, and I get him in free agency, I know what I'm getting. So, hey, not bad. I would tell him, just chillax.
Yeah, chillax. But I think, too, if you look at some of the things that we've done in the past, we've gotten offensive linemen in free agency, and it haven't panned out, for us. So
it depends on what store you're shopping at.
I got you. All right, so are we rocking with that one or not?
We're going to rock with him.
Yeah, I rock with him.
Smart.
All right, so I got this tweet. This looked like a tweet from Fred Poison Foot Smoot.
The toe.
This dude say, pull up his tweet. I'm pretty sure they're going to show this thing. This dude say he kicking a 35-yard field goal today. In those jeans And he said he's going to do it in Georgia.
And he Wesley Snipes.
Nah, brother, where do you come from with all this stuff?
No, we were sending a tweet yesterday with the production team. They were like, we're going to kick field goals tomorrow. What you got in you? And I was like, you know what? The last time I kicked a field goal, it was 37, 39 at FedEx Field. I did it with the good clients of Bank of America. A couple of guys kicked 45. I notched it right there at 40. So I think if you need me in the game anytime later this year, you know, George Schley goes out. You know, Fred Smoot can get in there and kick that ball.
Now you see my face, right?
Listen, you look like something stank.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, at the end
You
of
and
the
your
day,
tweet.
I believe, brother.
Hey, just chill. You heard that from me. I'm telling this fool to just chill. Hold on, I'm going to get in the car.
Is that BH?
Hey, BH, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Where y'all at, man? Y'all still in the studio?
Yeah, man, we still on set. This fool here talking about he got a foot, so we finna see today.
Stand by the 36-yard line. I'll be right there, brother.
Fred, you couldn't make it from 10, dog.
You know what? Pull up on us, man. We out in the field right now.
Hey, say less, bro. We on our way.
Let's get it.
Fred said he can hit a 35-yarder, but we ain't gonna let him do that just yet. We're gonna let him loosen up. He got a 25-yarder on him right now. You see he jaywalking. You see he ready, he poised. Fred Smoot.
Fred, the routine's perfect though.
It looks good.
Like, I mean, he definitely
Poison
packs
toe smooth.
poison toe.
The moment of truth.
His approach already, so he gonna miss it.
Whoa.
It got off the ground though. Got off the
He didn't
ground.
miss the ball, Tanner. We were just hoping he connected.
Yo,
He
go.
connected. It's just a warm-up, right, Fred? Just a warm-up.
Yeah,
Just a
it's
warm-up.
not even the real deal yet.
Now let's see what Logan Paulson got
Plus,
for
I
the
want to
25.
tell people that this is an onside kicking tee.
So they ain't give you the regulation tee that you usually.
Fred, this is a regular kicking tee. It's regular. It's a normal tee. This is
Nah,
what
I
they
know
use.
what you're talking about. Watch this ogre.
Oh man. Right down the middle.
Easy money.
That was good right there.
It felt good. Came off the foot nice.
It looks good.
Came off the foot
It looks a
nice.
lot better than what Fred did, that's for sure. But it's okay, Fred. You got this.
All I can do is sit here and laugh.
We gotta back it up. We gotta back it up, Fred. or-
Yeah, come
okay,
on.
I'll back you up.
I'm gonna laugh.
Tired of this
Hey,
bitch.
should I
How you
move the
feel your boy
GoPro?
Fred did that first one, man?
Hey,
We're
man,
backing it
you
up.
said it was an onside kick.
Unretrievable.
I
Unretrievable.
gotta give him the benefit of the doubt.
He did the squib kick.
He was a squib kick.
We set you up here, Fred?
He practicing something totally
You
different.
going
than
straight
Logan.
on, ain't you?
No, that's it. I'm
Logan
sorry.
kicking field goal, he kicking onside
They doing
kicks.
two different games.
This is 30 yards right here.
This is 30 yards.
Yes! Oh no.
Oh, he got it up there.
Oh,
He
my
got
God.
That was close.
Fred got closer.
You're getting better. It's
Ever
getting
with the
better the
top of
farther we
his
go.
athletic ability, he might make it.
We just waiting on it to
Right now,
happen.
it don't look athletic.
And I'll do it. He got on jeans, man. He got on surgery pants.
Yeah, it helps.
Now Logan from 30.
Race
See if Logan can hit two in a row.
No good.
No good.
And it's crazy, it's actually moving.
It's shaking for sure.
So if you'd have caught it when it was coming back to that side, you would have made
He
it.
might have had it. This is the one right here.
Lord have
35
mercy.
yards. You can tie up Logan right now, Fred.
I'm just glad they ain't doing too many, because boy, I don't think Fred would have made it this
Nah,
far.
man. Fred already sweating. Fred has a chance for redemption to beat his bully.
Beat the bully? Is that
You're
what
the
you're
bully,
saying?
Logan. That's
Oh,
what the
sorry.
fans say.
I'm crossing my fingers for Fred
Me
right
too, man.
now.
I really want to hit this bad.
You rooting for Fred?
I just want him to get it in, man.
Hit one.
Okay, well, that's pretty close. The last one.
it, God damn it. Go beat him. God damn it.
He needs some milk.
Oh, man. Why does it look like it hurts, Stan?
He's kicking it with his toe.
It's all about the
So
approach,
straight through.
man.
Yeah,
It's
like
all
straight
about
through.
the
Straight through.
approach, and that approach was terrible.
This is out.
Fred, how you feeling right now, man?
Bad. This will be the second consecutive time I lost to this guy. See, the only thing I can beat him in now is knowledge.
Maybe bowling, right?
Oh, I got you in bowling.
Well, we'll see.
That's a gimme.
You said you're gonna beat me in this too, so.
Yeah, I was
Tanner?
trying to talk you up.
He did.
Sorry, talk to you.
You ain't lying.
Right through the middle. Commanders family, just know we do things like this for y'all because we love y'all. We love having fun with you guys. Until next week, Command Center family, we out of here. Fred, you gotta stop losing, man.
I'm so tired of this.
Hey, one friend, he proved that he could get it up there, though. I ain't think he could get it out there. I'm going to be real with you. I ain't think he can get it out there. He did get it up there.
Tonight, Dad came with. He didn't want his little sweet potato to be here without him. But now, he really wishes she was here without him. Next time, he'll just let her roll with her new entourage. And he'll only trust SeatGeek with the tickets. Because when she finds her happy place, he can find his way back to the car. The ticketing app trusted by fans. SeatGeek, so fans can fan.